Are they like billionaires having fun?
No.
No, they're just high school girls who are fighting with tanks.
Yes. Patrick has got it right.
Yeah, I was worried about that. And it's kind of World War II-ish. Oh, what?
It looks like CG, but it also looks like fancy animation.
I'm going to hope this is a video game, but I'm pretty sure it's just them doing this for real.
Pat, you've never went out on the weekend and just fought a war?
Like the frames?
Yeah, I'm thinking this is like CG. They just recorded it.
Yeah, it's CG. Look how flat they are.
Yeah, if you like terrain going by, this is the anime for you.
They're showing off their budget.
They got like 5 kids in that tank.
Well, how many people does it take to drive a
Little
tank?
pink tanks and red tanks and tanks of every color.
How many guys? 1. How many girls?
Wait, where?
5.
Where was the guy?
No, I'm just saying in general.
No, I'm pretty sure this is...
I feel like I'm playing a Game Boy Advance game. A terrible one.
I think that one was a Nazi.
They will be.
You can't have a World War II reenactment without a Nazi.
Is anyone driving the tank, or are they all just outside talking like, well, no need to be inside. I mean, it's just armor. I mean,
Girls just want to have fun.
just look at that terrain.
Is this like 1,000 years after men went extinct?
They don't even care. They're just like, oh, we're getting shot at.
I know. I trying to figure that out when I first watched this.
It's skill and tactics, guys.
I was like, are these live rounds? Like, could they get just incinerated?
Well, I guess she's dead.
Is she?
Wait for
Patrick?
it.
Or was it a dream?
Is she dead? Or is she a little girl?
I'm gonna be angry if this is a dream.
Well, I'm hoping she's both. All right. Well, let's just hope that was a dream, I guess.
Monster trucks are alive.
Have you noticed all of her teddy bears are like injured?
Yeah.
That is me leaving my house every single day.
In a skirt?
No. No.
Well, Friday nights.
Not every day. All right. She apparently lives in a ghost town with like one guy making bread and
it's
0
really
cars. 0 people in anywhere.
Lots of
With duck
unexpected
people.
polls.
Wait, that was the first guy in the whole entire show, though. That's meaningful.
The duck guy?
No, the guy making bread.
Oh, the guy making bread. Yeah. Going to school slowly. Have you ever gone to school and been like, oh, I'm wondering what's for lunch today?
This is still Patrick's typical day.
Holy cow, this is a slow-going show.
Why is everyone avoiding her?
Oh, man. I don't know if you've ever seen just a still frame that goes on long enough. You're like, oh, I see. You've run out of money.
It's like, if we do this enough times during the episode.
Oh, they're all Christian. Okay. I didn't see that one coming.
I kind of noticed that, but...
Live main. What?
This is where things get interesting.
That's interesting.
Hey, this is my name. This is the day I was born. All I can figure is that's important.
No, she's saying that. She knew their birthdays before they could introduce themselves.
Their hot lunch
What's
is
up?
way worse than ours.
What's up with saying someone's first name?
It's honorable. No, it means you're close friends.
Really? I call even my enemies by their first name.
Well, you're not in Japan, though. So you're not offending anyone, Mike.
I'm gonna go to Japan and scream your last name at the top of my lungs, enemy.
Ah, old sad face. I forget. Who's the main character? The one on the left or the one on the right?
Oh, short hair.
Old shit hair?
That's right.
What was that?
They're in cahoots with the chocolate
How
club.
big is
That's what I
the
was gonna
school?
say.
There's like 30 buildings there.
This is a different branch of the
Japanese
chocolate school.
schools. Yeah, this is the factory division. Actually, this is the military academy division of that school.
They have everything.
They have tanks.
Candy, beer, and tanks.
Holy cow.
No.
Nothing is happening. That's what's happening.
They're
She's
introducing
making
themselves.
friends.
They're making friends, yeah.
Making friends isn't easy for the small
yeah,
town
but
girl.
doesn't mean you need to film it and go over it. Why didn't they just start off with, hey, these are my two friends? All
They
right.
just met. They had to become friends.
No, if they just said that, then we wouldn't have to go through all this, hey,
Because you want to
Now
understand
you
how
can
low
see
my
how
neighbor
happy
say
she
hi
is.
to me in the morning. It's like, well, thanks for telling me that.
Well, they're becoming best friends. To become best friends, you have to know everything.
Look how
Like, I know your
embarrassed
favorite
she
color,
is.
Pat.
She's
we're best
blushing.
friends.
She's blushing.
Look at it.
Look at her. She's telling you about what people think about her. Isn't that important?
They have to know. It's how you develop personal friendships.
Here
Who
come
are
the.
these people?
This is stormtroopers. Here they come.
They're gonna be flower rangers.
You know, I've never thanked you guys for being my friends, but thanks a lot.
What?
Is that like a cool monocle?
Yeah.
Parallel? No, that's a bad version.
She just got in a fight and someone punched her in the glasses.
Oh, Shorty is there. President and Vice
With
President.
PR,
We need to talk.
we need to talk about your future here at West Academy.
I thought we didn't have a tankery class. What does that mean? Who has tankery class?
All the schools, all
know,
the
we-
good schools.
Yeah, our school is just too small to have a tank class. But
She's being forced into tankery.
well, who hasn't?
Look at those dead eyes.
She's. I never noticed that transition before.
Just dead eyes.
They ran out of money
Dead
again.
shark eyes just sitting there. Why do these schools have a separate nurse's office?
Well, other schools do as well in the United States.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
what? You guys
What?
didn't have like a nurse?
Not a nurse's
They just
office,
told
no?
us to stand outside and hope we didn't die.
Our,
You're
our-
like, here's
Mary
some-
Lynn had a nurse's
Here's a
office.
needle and thread. Why don't you just suture that wound on up and hope for the best?
I remember my elementary school did. I don't know if my high school did actually.
Yeah, our elementary school did too. We had a nurse's office.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yours was smaller than ours.
a
You
bed to
still
lay
had one?
down in. Yeah.
There wasn't always a nurse on duty, but we had like the office where you could go if you were sick.
My school, we had like the office, and you'd go there and be like, I remember I was in elementary school, and it's like, yeah, I have a really bad cut here, and it's bleeding. And they're like, yeah,
It
all
happens.
right, well, I got some Band-Aids here. And
Well, did they have a
Alright.
bed where you and your two friends could lay down?
no, they did not.
So she's about to explain why she's afraid of tankery.
No, no.
She about to go super tank sane.
Basically.
I didn't have a lot of good experiences with tanks. What?
So I get to school to
I'm
try and
trying to
avoid tanks.
tanks.
Some
It's just so hard.
Some little kids in like Asian countries can say that too.
That's what we're watching.
But they can say that when they come to America.
Out of all the schools with, you know, like, I came to this school with a tankery class to avoid tanks.
Well, it just got a tankery class. It just happened the year she transferred. She came to the school because it didn't have one before, in like the brochure.
I'm sure she could find another school. There's not a lot of schools with tank classes.
No, apparently all
Oh, I
of
didn't show the
them do.
flashback. That's my favorite part.
I think she's the Nazi.
No, there's an actual Nazi. She was the one wearing the hat
Only girls drive tanks.
in Japan. Only little girls drive tanks. Adorable, like the clattering of a tank. Passionate and precise.
Ain't coming.
What is she? What?
Is she falling asleep or is she disappointed?
I don't know.
No.
See, look at to be a healthier, more beautiful woman.
Come forth, girls. And then fireworks and pyrotechnics.
Is their whole school girls?
It looks like it.
Except for the guy that makes bread. He snuck in.
Tankery World Championship.
The Ministry of Culture required all the schools to have tankery. And if you don't, we'll make your lives miserable.
Basically, like joining the football team.
200 get out of jail cards.
That's a lot of time, man.
It's like you could show up to the school like every single day, basically.
Yeah, that's a lot of days of school. You gotta aim for the top in every Japanese sport. or else you're doing it wrong.
I gotta be the very best.
Aim for the top. Get to the championship. Go to the
Pokemon
Toshicon.
Master.
It's
To what?
to the baseball thing.
That teddy bear's seen better days. I'm sorry, is that a club? Incense?
Yeah.
You just burn it, you know?
Flower arrangement, incense.
They're the best friends ever.
I think she's got like post-traumatic stress disorder from these tanks.
It's like when they outlawed merry-go-rounds because they're too dangerous. They should outlaw tanks.
Did they?
Did they really?
No. Like,
They could
at
have, because they
our
are
school,
very dangerous. But
in our elementary school, we had like an old 50s merry-go-round that was like sharp and terrible, so they just condemned it and be like,
they just like
"These
tape
kids,
razor blades underneath. Like, don't go under here.
I want to hurry up and fire the big cannon.
Want some sweet potato ice cream? My mom made it just last night. Oh my. They found out that their
choose-
top tanking student didn't want to go into tanking. What's this about?
Look at that view.
They
Look at
have a
that
nice
office.
view of the ocean. I gotta give them that. Yeah.
They all have fancy schools.
Maybe that's their pool.
It's their tank training grounds.
Don't get too focused on the stupid anime.
Are they gonna force her to do tanks?
Yes.
That's terrible.
I hope it does the flashback. That's my favorite part.
Why do they want her to tank so bad? Do they know her history?
No, they don't know her history. She has like a traumatic experience with
Her
tanks.
family drives tanks or something.
Yeah, her family's really like a famous tanking family. She doesn't.
Like the other family was a famous
Flower
flower
arranger,
arranging
yeah.
family.
My dad was the quarterback. His dad was the quarterback.
And by golly, I'll be the quarterback.
I wonder if the flashback's not in this episode where it shows like what happened to her before.
Well, it showed a little
Good
bit.
old
It showed
74. That's a good ice cream company.
well, Baskin
Actually, yeah, I
Robbins.
was gonna say, yeah, but they have like twice as many ice cream flavors as Baskin does.
How many do they have? 32?
Like 32 or something.
Yeah.
They're better. It's Japanese Baskin Robbins.
Well, does Baskin Robbins have potato ice
Yeah,
cream?
yeah, dried potato ice cream.
That sounds delicious. I don't know what's wrong with you guys. I'm gonna get some bread ice cream after that.
Forrest was infuriated with
This
tanks.
is a very empty town.
Well, it's because they all didn't come here.
Everyone died in the tanks.
They never had tanks before, so no one wanted to come here.
Maybe this is like
Yeah,
the future,
sweet
and this is
potato ice cream.
maybe this is like the solution to overpopulation. Just like have tank class.
Let them blow each other up all day.
Um,
It's the crappiest tank ever.
I thought she said the treads are fine. It doesn't even. It has one
It has
tread.
it. That's true.
One broken tread.
She said that and didn't even point. She's like, looks like the treads are fine.
It's like it's missing half.
Treads on that tank. Oh,
And-
sorry. I thought you said you knew what you were talking about.
Maybe they're all just.
Oh yeah, it's a ship. I forgot.
what? Why? What?
They live on a boat.
The entire town is on a massive ship in the ocean.
Yes. That's why there's no one there.
But maybe that ocean is in an ocean on a massive boat. It's
It's,
It's
turtles all the
boatception.
way down.
It's boatception. Is that what you said?
yeah.
What was that one called?
Girls und Panzer.
Yeah.
Is that Japanese for?
That is German, Patrick. That is German for girls and panzers. Which is exactly what the show is about. So let's hear it from Patrick first. Give us your initial thoughts and impressions.
My initial
Going in.
thoughts, I was like, well, I wonder what this show is going to be, and then it turns out it was about girls and panzers. So that was shocking, I must say. But the intro sequence,
Very fast paced.
they're just looking out like, yeah, look at that. Those panzers are going in formation across the valley there. That's pretty good formation, I tell you.
what was that, like a flash forward or something?
So, yeah, let's get
think
back
that was
in
a
the tanks
dream.
and start shooting them up.
Well,
and then
it
they
was
all,
an eluding dream.
so they
Where
all
she
get
saw
in
the
the
future in
tanks
her
and
dream.
just start driving through the countryside for quite a while.
Well, the country boat side. So
The country
The
boat
ocean
side.
side.
Oh, you're giving away.
Mike, you can't give it away.
You can't give away this.
we
spoiler.
just watched it and said it already.
Well, we're saying. Did we?
All right. Spoiler alert. The entire town, school, and everything is on a massive ship out in the ocean.
Just driving. It's steaming for London.
Well, clearly, it was obvious since the start, though. So
I will admit, yeah, we did. There was a scene where they had the student council, and it's overlooking the ocean. And I was like, oh, they're by the ocean or something. So, yeah, anywho, they're shooting away, and everyone's just giggling away, having a good time. And then she wakes up and has like 50 teddy bears that are all bandaged up from the Great War.
The Great Teddy Bear debacle.
She's hugging one that it's just like the arm is completely bandaged. It's like bandaged both of its eyes. I don't know, it's having a hard life. Anyway, then it gets up. Oh my, it's boring. She goes and she's about to leave, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta check the door. I gotta run by." And, like, there's no one in town. Everyone is dead.
Like they drug it out so much they even had to show her checking to make sure she locked her door.
Yeah.
The only other person in town is
A
baker. That is it. There's not a single other person other than the girls that go to this school.
Yeah, schoolgirls.
Now that I think about it, it makes sense. That's the only school she could find that she could see that did not have tankery. She had to go on a ship in the middle of nowhere.
And
like,
then
this is the only one.
They can't have tanks.
That was
We're
a
in the
pretty
middle of
big
nowhere.
ship. There might have
And
been
then
other
they said
schools.
to themselves,
That's
you know
true.
what I think would be good out in the middle of the ocean? Some freaking tanks. So yeah, she goes to this school. It's a massive school. It has like 50 different buildings, unless those were other buildings that look exactly like the main school. But she gets there her first day and goes through the longest and slowest I've got to make some friends you have ever seen. There was one beautiful scene where I'm like, man, this is going kind of slow, and then they just showed a still image for a good like
Sitting
10
in
seconds.
an empty classroom.
It wasn't that slow. I mean, after 5 minutes, they said each other's first names.
They did one thing I'd like to try, some dried potato ice cream that they promised she'd eat, and she did. I'm wondering, is there anything you can't make into ice cream? Like food wise?
How do you make ice cream? You just like add milk and ice to it?
Or is it that it tastes like dried potatoes, or it's made from dried potatoes?
Well, they probably put some in there, with the cream.
How would you make something taste like dried
cream and the
potatoes
ice cream
without putting
salt
dried
and
potatoes
Science.
Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah.
Well, they found the
Science.
chemical composition, and then they just add some.
If you add enough yellow 5 and some orange 7 and some blue lake, I don't know the number.
in? Tastes just like potatoes to me.
Exactly.
Anywho, turns out the main character, Old Dead Eyes, as I call her, her family came from an old tankin family, where, as we all know, only girls are in tankin. And
It's very feminine.
yeah,
It'll make you more desirable as a wife and as a mother.
you know, makes you better at cooking, shooting tanks. So she doesn't want to go into tanking because of some bad experience. This was probably next episode, but she was in the water or something.
Yeah.
So another experience, I'm guessing, of where she was on a tank and it went into the water on another boat somewhere. The president and vice president came down of the school, that is, and they're like, "Hey, you should join the tank club." And eventually she
And by
did.
said should, she's morally threatening her.
Yeah. Also, there was one girl that they're like, we need to give her a kind of unique look, and they're like, well, let's just break her glasses in half and have her wear that.
Even the nose piece was still intact, but the other eye.
I still think she got a fire before she showed up.
So
Someone
it turns
should
out
defend tanking to one of her friends who's like,
that
knitting
the-
is better. She's punched.
the Minister of Culture wanted there to be a massive tanking battle fight thing, and I didn't
In
realize
all of Japan. Maybe Japan has been reduced to that boat in the future.
I don't know how powerful the Minister of Culture is today, but apparently he's pretty important there.
I know in Soviet Russia he was pretty important. Maybe it's a similar situation.
Also, they're on a boat in the middle of the water. They're just like, we don't have a tanking class, but we have all these old tanks just sitting here. And then now they're like, oh, let's use them. They're old enough, finally.
What else?
She did.
It turns out if you join the tanking club, you get 100 meal tickets 200 get out of jail tickets, which apparently is where you go when you're late to class, and you get like what was it, 3 straight up days off or something like that?
Didn't you get a boost to your GPA?
No, every year it was worth double credit.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah, that was
classes were worth
triple
double
credit.
credit. Was it triple credit?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but
Well, like
You get it.
You take a 1 credit class, you get 3 credits.
It's like,
Yeah.
woo! I got a 12.
No, they
My
just times it by
GPA is
3.
a 12.0. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, isn't the max 4.0? Not anymore. I'm in tanking.
But with all that time tanking, your studies are gonna suffer. So you can get back up to the 4.0.
Yeah, basically they're like, why don't you just...
Did you get that math test done? Like, no, we were fighting Germany. Oh, that was yesterday? Like, how'd you guys do? Oh, we lost, 7-10.
And, that's actually why it's a little light in class today.
did you finish your project?
Can I use this ticket? Can I use this get out of jail free card? I'm
Sorry, I'm late
bandaged
to
from the
class.
previous night.
Like my lab partner got his head blown off last night, or her. There's no guys, so her head blown off, and my project's gonna be a little late.
So, yeah, that did not make a lot of sense to me. Other than some guy must have gone up to some Laban type and been like, hey, I want to pitch a new anime idea. How about people driving tanks around? And he's like, I'm sorry, but that's just not going to cut it. And I'm like, what if they were all girls in high school? He's like, all right, make it.
You know what? I'm
Same
thinking
me
that.
type.
And they're on a
Johnny
boat.
type.
It's like, whoa, I like the sound of that.
But you know what would make a good show is that guy. Like, I'm a baker. I work on a boat just filled with girls. I'm the only guy in the entire city-sized boat. That would be a good
What
show.
about the admiral, like the people in charge of making the boat drive?
They're all girls,
High
from what I
school
can
girls.
see.
High school girl. Once you graduate high school, no, they're college girls.
Did they have any like parents or teachers on
We
the
don't
island?
know. We can't know.
We heard the voice of one teacher.
Well, this is
right?
the aftermath of the chocolate factory going crazy with power.
No, this is stateside or on the land. It's controlled by that high school, but this is the boat. They're out in service.
What is the whole point of putting a city on a boat? Like, what do you need to drive a
I haven't
city
watched
around?
all of this show,
I
so I do
don't
not
know.
know why. They never
I
comes
guess
back
it's
to
for
that really
fun.
for quite a few.
Well,
They're
don't they
just
go to
like,
the land?
It's there.
Did they on for the tanks?
I don't know. How many episodes did you watch?
3.
Isn't it
I don't
at the
think-
end of the third one they make land and then they
Yeah.
fight another school?
That's true. Yeah. So maybe that's just their country
So that's like a huge tank.
Wait,
bus.
was the
Their-
other
their
was the
county
other school on a
is
boat?
ever moving. No.
It was on land.
Yeah.
So
I
they're
guess
just a
that's
rich
just like
preppy school.
one city. It's
One
just like
city
the boat
is just
city.
on the boat. Well, and then when they have to deliver the tank, in the next episode, they deliver their tank instructor via cargo plane, just drops her off. So
Wait, does it land? And
no,
she just
Does it
parachutes
land or does it
out.
just I'm pretty sure a tank comes out or a box full of her or something. I can't remember now.
Well, this anime, I'm gonna have to actually give it a 2 out of 5. I'm less interested in it than Chocolate Factory.
Really, this
really?
one, I would give it like a
Say 4.
3.5.
Oh,
Because at least it had
Tanks?
At least it wasn't boring.
are you kidding me? They were driving through the countryside.
Okay.
She was making friends for half the episode.
Yeah, but
nothing
But
happened.
she made them now, and now they're going to drive tanks. What's more crazy
no,
than a bunch of girls who
but
don't know how to
in
drive, driving tanks and shooting at each other?
in this
They don't know how to drive.
episode, almost nothing happened.
Well, I'm just going to
No,
say...
that's not true. They invented a club. Well, they didn't invent it, but they rejuvenated their old club. There was nothing.
Couldn't you just go with the strategy since they're ladies and they're probably Asian? Who can just you don't have to shoot anyone. You just need to be able to outdrive the other ones until they crash into each other.
Good old fashioned racism.
No, there's sexism there too.
oh, you got me there.
This is why we bring Michael on for the good talks.
All right, lads. Any final words on either any of the 3 or 2 and a quarter animes we watched today?
Do you have any more to watch?
There's one more I want to watch. I want to watch Codebreaker,
Okay.
which it's like I think you'll really like it probably. It's kind of crazy. So-
like it probably, maybe.
It's like a good show to watch in this setting because it is crazy, but it's not high school girls.
That doesn't
I don't
sound
know if
very
I can
awesome at
trust
all.
you there. Is it technically anime then?
Oh wait, okay, there are high school girls in it.
Okay. Sorry.
To be continued.